How many of you in this room have ever experienced the absolute humiliation of playing a video game against a child? Who always wins? Always. Why? Is it because they're faster? Is it they're smarter? They're younger? Their neurons are functioning at a quicker tempo? Why does the child always win? It's because they played this game before. They know the road ahead. Anticipation is the ultimate advantage. Winners anticipate, losers react. And yet so much of our life is predictable if we just were to study it, not be caught up in our day-to-day. And if you were to anticipate these things and put a strategy in place, you could take it all out and have the quality of life that you deserve. Those that anticipate, those that lead, and then there's those that follow. So the more we can anticipate, and you can't anticipate and lead unless you first learn how to lead yourself at a different level. And if you and I can start to take control of our focus, because look, what's wrong is always available, isn't it? There's always something that's going to kill the entire human race tomorrow on TV. And then there's your life. And you have to take control of that focus. Otherwise, you become the follower and you get to live your life, even though you're a smart person, but it's easy to get led astray by everybody else's focus, isn't it? And then all of a sudden, we're settling for a life far less than what we desire or deserve. If you get fully engaged, it's amazing what you can accomplish and do.
You running with other guys and they wore you out. Then why would you jump up and get yourself in a horse race? If you are tired from running with short-legged humans, don't sign up in a horse race because you don't have the strength to play on that level. When you say to God, I'm sick of this, I can't handle this, you're saying I can't handle promotion. We got people who want promotion without process. Because the reason they want promotion is because they have no self-esteem, so they need crowd esteem to feel good about themselves, and they think that if they get promoted high enough, then people will like them, and then maybe they'll like themselves. You got it backwards. And then you're going to be excellent at what you're going to do, and then you find greatness when you maximize smallness. If you're weary with smallness and you can't focus, what are you going to do with greatness? You're asking for more and you haven't mastered less. And you're trying to be ruler over many and you haven't been faithful over few. You're so busy reaching out to your future that you are neglecting what you have been given right now. You master where you are, and then you get promoted to where you're going. Because if you were sloppy yesterday, you're going to be sloppy today, and you're going to be sloppy forevermore. The reason you're not getting the promotion is because you won't make the practice. You cannot get the prize for winning the Olympics if you don't make the practice. Can you play without clapping? You want the accoutrements of success, and that's what's killing you. You compromise the rehearsal time and bought the tuxedo for the recital. Now you look like something that you're not. Somebody say wrong focus.
Something that I learned how to do when I was 25, 27 years old and has really contributed and made a difference in my career is staying focused on my goals. Making a commitment and staying with that thing and not getting distracted by all the noise. Like there's an endless list of distractions with Instagram and Facebook and good advice, bad advice, I don't know, I mean like conflicting advice. And staying focused is very, very difficult. How do you stay focused? You're married, kids, you got a mom or a dad that's got some kind of problem that pops up or some target you had, a disappointment comes along and you lose it, okay? I'm gonna share with you 3 things that I do every day to stay focused. Number 1, I need meaningful goals. Nothing's gonna keep your focus if it's not meaningful, right? If the payoff is big enough, meaningful, significant, this is why people give up on their goals. They give up on their goals because they're not meaningful, they're not significant, there's no life-changing result. The thing that is necessary in order for you to even stay in the game. So number one, the goal has to be meaningful, significant. Number two, you got to have daily targets. Daily targets. You need a daily target. Somebody needs to say, hey, what am I doing today? People I need to talk to, what has to happen today, that I can measure today in order to stay focused on my goals tomorrow, next week, and next month. If I can't pull today off, when you're recovering from drug addiction, it's one day at a time. Handle today. The third thing you got to do, I need to be held accountable, have an obligation to someone else. I need to have an obligation. I need to be held accountable. I need a team to say, hey, this is Grant's plan this week. I win, you win. If I can stay focused long enough to accomplish one goal, then I can stay focused to accomplish any goal, and so can you.
And we live in a society where most of us are so overwhelmed, drowning in information, but we're starving for wisdom. And so we got to separate it out. Because what I'm obsessed by and have been for 37 years is what can increase performance for an individual or an organization. But also what's going to make somebody fulfilled. Because who here has ever achieved your goal and then your brain said, is this all there is? Who's had this experience here? Say, I. So what I want to make sure that you and I do is we set ourselves up to be able to win. So there's three things I'd like to walk you through. One, I'd like to walk you through how to the competitive edge that's going to get you both the performance you want and also the fulfillment you want. I can tell you there's two master lessons in life. Lesson one is the science of achievement. If you want a magnificent life, which by my definition is it's life on your terms. So how do you do that? How do you get yourself there? You got to understand the science of achievement. But success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. He made everybody else feel happy but himself. It's sad. You don't want that to be you. So, and by the way, fulfillment is as unique as there are people. Achievement, there's laws. Money, there are laws. But fulfillment is as unique as art. What one person thinks is beautiful, somebody else can think is ugly, and that's perfectly fine. They have a different way of being fulfilled. So those are the two kind of lessons of life. So this is what I'd like to do to help you with both those today. Number one, let's take a look at what will give you the edge. Because the edge is what's going to get more out of you. Second, I'd like to show you how to create a breakthrough. And the third element really affects the other two, and it's really the one that affects business and life, and that's the power of engagement. Have you seen the recent studies that they've done? Around the world, in 142 countries, they found out that 13% of employees worldwide said they were actually engaged in their work. America has the highest engagement of any country in the world, it's 29%. But let's flip that around and say, what does that really mean? It means 71% of people are disengaged at work. It's mind-boggling. Now here's what's really interesting. Of those 71%, there's a group in there, about 24% of them, that are actively disengaged. That means they hate what they do and they hate you. They hate what they do, they hate you, and they will actively work to disempower the organization. You can find individuals who you give everything to and can spend the rest of their life going in and out of rehab. On the other hand, you see people that life's kicked in the face and they become the Oprahs of the world. And by the way, in business, advantage doesn't come because you have most resources. The most resourceful companies are the ones where employees are the most engaged. Engagement is really the new factor. Being able to be fully engaged. And by the way, in your intimate relationship, how important is engagement? Full engagement in that area is going to determine the level of fulfillment you have or don't have in a relationship, right? What creates engagement for real with you? What creates disengagement? Because these are huge factors. Your level of performance, your level of results, your level of leadership, your level of joy will change very, very radically. The more engaged you are, the more the other person will become engaged. You want to get somebody engaged? You get engaged. Are you going to be able to touch other people if you're not touched? Are you going to move other people if you're not moved? If you can become a person, engage others, you will now become an extraordinary leader, not a mediocre or good one.